Good morning. Welcome to the Policy Committee meeting. I call this meeting to order. I need an approval of the agenda.
I make a motion that we approve the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, policy for second review, Ms. Morris.
Yes, I have before you the chapter 2 policies with the exception of one that were before you all last month and went to the board, and then the staff would recommend that these go to the board at the August meeting on August 7th for approval. The one policy that we did pull out was the minority business participation policy. Ms. Sturdivant had some questions about that, and Mr. Burnett and Mr. Strickland and I are going to need to do a little more research into that before we can give you a good answer on that. And as this meeting was going to be quick, we didn't have enough time to get all that done. So that one will be brought to you at the next policy committee meeting, which is August 21st. But we would ask that these go for approval on August 7th.
Were there any suggested changes or anything? Nothing?
I've received nothing from anybody.
Good. Okay, so I need a motion to send this to the board for approval.
I make a motion. Okay, go ahead, Candace.
I apologize. I do have a question about the daily deposit policy 210. If we refer to the second paragraph, instead of using the word segregation, can we use the word separation? I guess when I think of segregation, it has like a negative connotation to it.
Separation. Okay. We can do that, Candace. Okay,
thank you. Other than that, I do not have any other questions or statements, however you want to put it.
Okay, I make a motion that we send this to the full board for approval at the August meeting.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Okay, so next up is the new proposed policy on pre-qualification of computers.
Yes, we have a new policy for you, and due to some work that the facilities department is doing with the facilities committee with construction manager at risk, this is a policy that is required in order to work that process. And so I apologize, but we're going to be coming to you super quick with a really, and which is part of the reason for this meeting. It requires a very tight turnaround. And the recommendation to staff is that we would respectfully request that you all fast track this and not only review it today in this committee, it's going to be reviewed in the facilities committee, and that you fast track this and approve it at your meeting tomorrow.
So do we have to waive policy to do that?
You're going to have to make a motion and have a supermajority vote to waive the policy provisions, and then a motion to approve policy.
And that's at the board level?
And that's the board meeting tomorrow, correct. But from this committee, we would like a recommendation to both fast track and approve this policy to the board.
Okay.
So basically 2 motions.
I have one change to it.
Yes, ma'am.
Under C on page 2, under financial, based on discussions with Mr. Burnett, we'd like to add the words upon request in the beginning. Yes, that they'll provide completed current annual financial statements upon request.
Okay, I'll make that revision and get that to Ms. Malarkey for the board.
And then there's just a couple little capitalizations and stuff like that, but other than that, that was it.
And this just for the board's and the committee's understanding, this is the language proposed by the North Carolina School Boards Association for these projects. That is verbatim their language.
So we need a motion to fast track.
Motion to recommend fast track, and then a motion to recommend approval policy. Correct.
Okay.
Candace, do you have any other?
I do not. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So I make a motion that we recommend to the full board that we approve and fast track the pre-qualification of bidders.
Recommend it to the full board, right?
Yeah, recommended to the full board.
I second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Good.
Okay,
So we'll take this up with the board tomorrow.
correct.
That's all that we have now. I just wanted to remind you all, the next policy committee meeting, because of some scheduling issues with the PDC that I've worked through and the plans and I've discussed, the next meeting is August 21st at 9, which is a Tuesday, not a Wednesday, or whatever they usually do that.
Okay.
Lost up my brain.
And coming out of policy, I want to let everybody know that the school choice stuff went live this morning for applications for school choice. As we discussed months ago, high schools aren't part of school choice this year because of grandfathering of all high school students in the realignment. And the decision on elementary schools was based upon the parameters that we set forth earlier in March or April in policy, and taking into account that we're still in the middle of kindergarten registration and trying to work all that out at the same time. So do you have anything to add?
The only other major consideration is because each of these, once you get in through it's really an admission through a lottery, kind of like our special program schools. So it's not a traditional assignment, transfer and assignment, because it goes through the terminal grade. And so it's really critical with the elementary schools that we be cognizant of House Bill 90 and the impact of the original House Bill 13 and essentially the K-3 class size.
The phase-in.
And the phase-in of that, so that we have to really look at, so if you couldn't take a strict 90% number with kindergarten enrollment open still, and we're still getting packets for enrollment. And then there was one other school, Shiloh, that obviously we could not put in for choice because they
Already started. Right. And the reason we're so late this year is we had grandfathering followed by new transfer and renewal transfer appeals, sibling policy, and we're still hearing transfer appeals now, and we're still getting parents who didn't grandfather but meant to. So we're still working through all the kinks from the realignment. So we're hoping that next year it will roll out earlier and people will be able to do that. But it's all out there. It's on the website, so everybody can check it out.
But I think the kindergarten registration, the fact that that's still open, we have to have room for those. We have to have room for people that move into the district. We're still in the process of hiring teachers that may need room. So I think, we've offered up 6 elementaries and 3 middle schools that we know will not be affected by House Bill 90 and those open enrollments that are still needed.
Right.
So I think we're in good shape, and I just want to commend staff for all their hard work, working with Scribbles and getting this rolled out for Union County Public Schools. So it's very exciting to be able to offer this to our county.
Absolutely.
In the midst of a lot of other Scribble stuff since April.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything else?
I do not.
Okay, I need She said I don't.
I do not.
I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Candace. Have a good day.
Right.